All right, mic check, mic check. All right, had a little problems last time. Okay, now according to Adrian Wojnarowski, he said Jason Kidd turned down the offer to go to the Blazers because he wants to be more interested in getting a coaching job with um, the Los Angeles Lakers. So maybe the Lakers may be getting rid of Frank Vogel, hiring Jason Kidd. Then Jason Kidd said he's interested in getting Dame Dollar, none other than Dame Dollar on the Los Angeles Lakers. Okay? So if that's the truth, if he could get Dame Dollar and you have Anthony Davis and LeBron James on here, we got another case of another big three on the Lakers. Yet another super team being formed. Because that's the route that they're going to have to go about. LeBron James ain't the best player in basketball. And maybe only way for him to get another title is to form a super team. This would be his third super team and third big three super team in this modern NBA era. And we are still being for another shock with these super teams. You have the Lakers being heavily favorites and the Brooklyn Nets being heavily favorites for next season. He said, still not better big three than the Nets. Hey, man, a big three is a big three. I mean, you can make a case, but here's the thing, man. Do I want to see it? No, I'm not a fan of super teams. I'm not a fan of this big three, nonsense, Lakers don't need that much help, Ryan. No, they don't. You got to be able to get it done a little more challenging way, But this is according to Adrian, Adrian Woe. And he says that's the plan for the Lakers, And if that's the case, this is problem with the NBA. It keeps going into the super team era. And I hope that we don't get that, I don't know. I mean, Truder is asking for what? 100 million, right? The Lakers aren't going to give him that. So, of course, they're going to give him a different, he's going to get a different cash flow, Somebody else may be offering him another offer somewhere else. Is Canelo the best boxer? No. I would say between Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford, They probably, But the thing is, this just adds more fuel to the fire because this offseason, the Lakers are going to be going after somebody big again. And you're going to hear it. I'm just giving you ahead of time. So when you watching this NBA or following the news this offseason, don't be surprised if the Lakers making pitches at Dame Dollar. And don't be surprised if they somehow land Dame Dollar. Now, they will have to give up a chunk of their team. They can't re-sign some of these guys to get Dame Dollar, but they could pull off a big three. A big three is a big three. You could pull off that, and then the rest of their roster could be a bunch of one-year players. It could be suspect, but they could pull it off, Man, nobody want to see Floyd face no Jake Paul. Why are you bringing up these why are you bringing up these pointless fights that nobody care about? I waste $0 on that. I watched about a couple rounds and I said, you know what, this thing is a joke. But I know it was going to be a joke. You got to know the difference between a good fight, and not a good fight. You want a good boxing fight. Manny Pacquiao's facing Errol Spence Jr. August 21st. That's what you need to know. So, Manny would have went for the gusto a little more against Logan Paul. Manny's an offensive fighter, so Manny would have been out there doing a bunch of punches. Logan Paul would have just gave up. You know. Of course, Durant's the leader of the team, right? So he's gonna have to get most of the blame if they lose, you know. So if he gets most if the Nets lose, Durant got to get most of the blame, man. You know, it's his team. You can't get a bunch of the credit when you win, but then when you lose, you go MIA. It don't go that way, you know. So it's different. Bistro, this is from YouTube. This is not from StreamYard. But I'm pretty sure you probably had a good time with your fight yesterday, Zach. But the fight itself was boring. The main event fight was boring. You know, you had more time probably just chilling, hanging out with people than actually watching the fight. Yeah, Nets and Bucks. See how that goes down. If it's an interesting game, you know, I like charming in really on the third and fourth quarter for most of these things. But y'all think Jason Kidd could get that head coaching job? I mean, he's still with the Lakers. It'd be an easy step in if he could get in there. So if that's the case, Lakers could potentially have their third. Well, LeBron could have his third super team, his third big three super team. You know. Now I don't know what. Listen, let me tell y'all something about time frames. I don't know, man. That's like asking me how long will I be eating dinner, or how long will I be watching the game. I don't know. I don't have the answers to certain these questions. You know, I appreciate your questions, but I don't have these answers, man. I ain't got the answers, Sway. You know. I don't have answers to how long I'm going to be on live, or you know, it's whenever. Man, if Dame ends up in Boston, that'd be good. You know, I mean, yeah, Floyd walked out with the money bag. He's a businessman. He's supposed to walk out with it. My problem with boxing is I don't want these other guys to follow suit. You know, Terrence Crawford may be like, hey, I could get millions of dollars to fight a celebrity than a pro fighter. I'd take that. You know. You know, yeah, it's a super team era, and you know what? I think the super team era will end officially when LeBron retires. But maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm wrong. You know, that big three super team stuff. I hope it ends. You know, you heard Andrew Wiggins going to the Lakers. That's not a bad pickup. You know, but the Lakers don't need to make a bunch of changes to their roster. They need help first and foremost. You know. There has not always been super teams. When we say super teams, Bistro, we're talking about big three, forming your own super teams, grabbing guys that's in their prime already on one team. That's it. You know, you like that super team stuff? Well, hey, to each his own, man. I would think LeBron fans would love super teams since he was the face of the whole modern super team era. I mean, that's part of his legacy. He said, I hope super teams can last for centuries. Oh man, I don't know if you cap it or you just joking or whatever the case may be. But that'd be a potential super team if they could get Dame Dollar. You would have one of the clutchest players, one of the best point guards in the game, with AD and LeBron. That's a super team. Man, you giving me the Tay Davis? You know, he's always going to get the blame, bro, because he started it off. He was the face of it. He started that whole super team, big three era off. You know, when we talk about that, we talking about modern NBA history. You guys got to stop talking about players from the past and try to relate it to now. Because when we talking about stuff right now that's more recent. Modern NBA. You know, hey man, it's not about what your intentions was. Did you do it or did you do it? Did you not do it? And in this question, he did do it. You know, LeBron fanboys can't take that too much. You know, they got this weird obsession with LeBron James. You know, like He cannot do no wrong. He's this almighty God. You guys got to stop, man. He's just a human. You know, everybody got flaws on their resume, non-flaws. You know, no, that's an excuse. He didn't have no. He had a choice. He didn't have to form that Miami Heat debacle. He could have went somewhere else and won a championship if he was that guy. You know, yeah, man. He got outplayed by the Phoenix Suns. This is one of many times LeBron James waved the white flag and quit. That's just facts. He quit in 2010 against Boston. When I say quit, I mean him not playing to the best of his ability. Being weird and being shaky or not his old self. You know, 2011 choke job. He choked back-to-back 2 years. And then he underperformed this one. This is a choke job too. Against the Phoenix Suns, that's a choke job because you didn't play to the best of your ability when you were heavily favorites. You know? But nevertheless, he will have his third big three super team if it happens. You know, Jason Kidd as head coach. Jason Kidd said he's going to make a pitch. He's interested in pitting Dame Dollar on the Lakers. That's an excuse. Ain't no high ankle sprain. If you're playing basketball, you playing basketball. Simple as that. You out there on the floor, you're accountable for it. I don't want to hear no high ankle sprain excuse. You playing basketball, dog. If your ankle hurt that much, don't play. You know? That's questionable. LeBron top 3 all time is questionable. It's debatable. It's definitely debatable because some people got him in the top 10. They are the same. If you don't show up to the best of your ability and you disappear, you wave the white flag, it's the same. The Miami Heat were favorites in 2011 and they were favorites in 2021 and still can't get the job done. You know, bro, it wasn't glued to the TV screen. I didn't order the fight. You know, I did mine's the illegal way. You know, and when I got the bootleg experience, but that bootleg experience was only worth 3 rounds for me, 3 or 4 rounds, and I quit. I wasn't watching that fight no more. If you watch 3 to 4 rounds of that fight, you've seen the whole fight. The whole thing was just basically a hugging contest. At least that's what everybody else is telling. You know, I feel sorry for those who waste $50 on that fight. But if that's top-notch entertainment for you, then who am I to judge you? You know, it's your money. You can spend it on whatever you like. Hey, I wouldn't be. You know what? Ever since I did that download, though, you know how your computer pops up and it says virus. I got like a bunch of your computer has affected with viruses, man. So that's probably the case. The fact that Logan Paul landed punches like that just goes to show you that Floyd would have probably been knocked out if he took some risks during his career. No, but we would never know because half his career is suspect. People were booing Floyd. That's not the first time they boo Floyd because he don't give them what they want. You know, is hugging contests. Floyd always gets booed because he's boring. Yeah, they will. And I'm pretty sure LeBron and Davis, and in this case, Jason Kidd, will probably try to get their hands on Dame Dollar this season. He said, "Don't let me down." Hey, they might. I don't see the Bucks beating the Nets at all, man. Nah, I don't even know who those really are, dude. I heard them by name. I don't know the Mingos by actual songs. I can't name you a single song from them guys. You know, I'm a little old school with my hip hop, man. I like Mobb Deep, Wu Tang, Nas, Jay Z, guys like that. Those are guys I grew up on. So I don't really know about them young cats like that. I know them by name because, you know, my cousins probably would know more about that, or a younger audience would know more about that. But I don't listen to that type of hip hop. I didn't even know it was there last night. I only tuned in for the main event. The rest of the card I didn't see. I can't tell you who won what. I didn't watch the whole thing. All I watched was some of the main event with my illegal bootleg experience. Holyfield was there. Okay. So did you get any autographs, or you ran into any legends that night? Oh, Becky with the good hair. Okay, Matt Barnes was there. Hey, okay, you saw a couple of them dudes. You should have hollered at Steven Jackson. I chopped it up with him a while, so you could tell him. So, yeah, man. See, that's the thing. Y'all keep saying this guy's this and that. How many more help does LeBron going to get? You going to give him how many super teams do he need? If he's that good, all they need is health. Come back with the same players and get the job done. You could win the Western Conference with the players you get. All you have to do is step up. Can't be disappearing in the playoffs sometimes, man. You got to step up. Even if you lose, you got to lose in the way that, hey, I was still dominant. And that's not the case for LeBron. He wasn't dominant. DeMar, man, you're going to hear a lot of rumors of guys wanting to go to the Lakers. But one of the biggest one will be Dame Dollar. Because Adrian Woe always got the tips on the Lakers. When he says something, you could take it to the bank. Adrian Woe is one of the main guys for the Lakers when it comes to knowing news. So he must know something. He must know that the Lakers are going to be going after Dame Dollar. Nah, man. I probably could last 8 rounds with Mayweather myself. He ain't going to do nothing. He barely going to throw punches. He just going to, man, all I have to do is attack him and let him do all of this, and get paid for no reason. But my problem with this Floyd Mayweather fight, it was the fact that I don't want it to start a trend. Okay? I don't want other boxers to start doing this and forgetting competition. And then boxing becomes just a gimmick and a spectacle. That's what I don't want boxing to become. I don't mind Floyd doing his exhibition fight, but nobody else, please don't follow that path. Yeah, the size difference was noticeable. It's not making boxing relevant again. If anything, it's hurting boxing. Because if you have a YouTube guy with over 19 million followers who's not a real boxer, it's not going to help the sport of boxing. All it does is just make boxers not fight professional boxers no more. Everything is going to be exhibitions. Ali did an exhibition fight with the same rules as a professional kickboxer. That guy was allowed to kick Ali. So it wasn't like it was a spectacle of just having the guy at a disadvantage. And Ali didn't. Nobody followed Ali's pursuit. Today is different. Stop comparing the past to the present. You're gonna always come up wrong. You can't compare Ali to what Floyd is doing. Boxing is in a much different space now than it was back then. Guys play follow the leader now. Now you're gonna have all these celebrity fights. If you have boxing becomes nothing more than a celebrity fight, then guess what? The sport of boxing dies. If Terrence Crawford goes out there and box 50 Cent because he want more money, everybody else gonna do it. That's regardless of the fact, though, Zach. This could have a trend to going off into boxers fighting non-professional boxers. And we would never get the fight that we want to see. Why can't we see Terrence Crawford versus Earl Spence Jr.? You know why? Because of this nonsense that's going on with boxing. You probably see Earl Spence Jr. fight celebrity before he fight Terrence Crawford. That's the problem with boxing. Chris Paul versus Rondo. Yep. LeBron versus Stephon Marbury. You know, this is the thing. That's the problem with boxing. It's becoming too much of a gimmick. You know, if boxing becomes a gimmick like that, it will die. The sport will die. You think these professional boxers are going to sit back and be like, hold up, I can make $10 million fighting a celebrity and getting an easy win, opposite to making $1 million fighting a professional boxer and getting nothing. Think about it. That's going to kill boxing. Then boxing becomes a gimmick. You know what I'm saying? But if this does happen, if Dame Dollar gets it some way, somehow finds his way on the Lakers roster, the Lakers going to be favorites again next season with a super team. You know, but I don't want to hear this hype. LeBron's this, LeBron's that. He'd be on his third big three super team, contending for a title. And that will be on his resume. Just like this loss in the first round is on his resume because he was title favorites. That's on his resume. And that counts as a choke job. I don't care what nobody said. No extreme LeBron fanboy says. That's on your record, dog. You could go and cry about it all you want. Yeah, I would lose some respect for Dame myself too. If you're gonna leave the Blazers, fine, but don't go, man. Don't go on the Lakers. You know, salute G Money. Don't go on the Lakers, man. Don't do it. Just don't do it. I would love to fight Whitlock. Tell you he'd be in Beverly Hills, man. I ran up on a dude in Beverly Hills. He rolled, you know, all he did was just rolled his eyes at me. So he knows who I am. I'm gonna touch on this a little bit. He knows who I am because somebody posted up one of my videos on his website, on his social media, and my video on Jason Whitlock got 75,000 views. It's one of the most searched, most dissed videos on YouTube. Me going at Whitlock, right? They posted that up on his website. He knows who he is. He knows who I am. All these guys that you talk about. That's why I keep flaming them, man. One of the reasons why I keep flaming them. But he a coon, man. All these celebrities you talk about, dog, they right here in front of me, for the most part. When LeBron and AD was riding their bikes in LA, I was on the block while they was doing that. Dog, I live minutes away from Staples Center. You do realize that, right? I know people that work in the Lakers organization. I had conversations with Nate Robinson, Steven Jackson. You guys don't realize this is Los Angeles. This is home of entertainment. I could go to Santa Monica right now and probably bump into a celebrity on accident. It's a different zone here. There's levels to this. This ain't some spoiled town where nobody goes to. This is LA, man. Red carpet, Los Angeles. When you come here, you run into people. Dog, I ran into rap stars on the train station. Okay? They all hang out here, man. That's why dudes be getting jacked up and robbed. Shout out the kid. You know, dudes be flossed out, jewelry, celebrities hanging out in Beverly Hills, they get robbed because they get caught sleeping. Sometimes it's rap stars, sometimes it's celebrities. But you could run up on all these dudes. Oh, I give Zach them hands. We could get this match going on. You know? Stephen A. Smith, all them dudes be hanging out in Beverly Hills, dog. They're not that hard to find. Nobody's here that hard to find in Los Angeles. Dame in Milwaukee would be great. You know what I'm saying? Dame in Milwaukee would be great. Yeah. I know. I never met Charlamagne the Devil. I never met Charlamagne the Devil yet. You know, Zach, I already ran up on Whitlock. You know, he just gave me the eye, like he didn't care about what I was saying. You know, Whitlock knows who I am because my video reached him. You think these guys if your video gets millions of views, thousands of views, close to 1 million, people seen it, man. These guys are not crazy. Whitlock is part of the YouTube community now too. You think he don't see these videos when you're talking about them? You know, they just pretend like they don't know who you are because you're on YouTube. Nah, I never met Michael Jackson, man. Michael Jackson was already passed away before I even moved to LA. You know what I'm saying? You got Suns and Bucks tonight? Now, Logan Paul too big for me to box, man. That's a big boy. He is a tall. That's a big man. No, I couldn't really get to Whitlock like that. No. UK, you know how I don't know if you guys know about Beverly Hills, but Beverly Hills has some restaurants that's outside, right? So when you a lot of these celebrities, sometimes they eat in these high fancy restaurants, right? And that's when I tried to approach him. But you know, couldn't get to him like that, man. You know, he just got up, walked away. I think he was on the way going somewhere anyway. So, you know, he just looked at me like, oh, you know, who's this guy? Who's this hood rat guy talking to me? You know, that's probably his approach towards him. Yo, who? There's no link. This is YouTube. This ain't StreamYard. I don't go on StreamYard all the time because StreamYard takes up, they give you a certain amount of hours to go on it, you know, and it's free. So I'm not paying for StreamYard. If the hours you could get for free, that don't make no sense. Now, if I had to pay for StreamYard, I would. Then I'd be doing cash apps and all this other stuff these other YouTubers be doing. You know, they raise money so they could keep their streams going sometimes. they use that money to pay for their screens. But some of these YouTubers just pocket their money. That's right. No security, man. I don't need no security. No, I ain't big like that anyway. But even if I was, I wouldn't be walking around with no security for the most part. It feels free to walk around without no security. Oh, okay. Yeah, my name is Prince Sports, but soccer is one sport I don't cover, man. But you know what? Shout out to them guys, man. If y'all watch soccer, y'all watch soccer, you know. Now, it won't even get to that point, man. I just want to have a sit down with Jason Whitlock. You know, for all that cooning that he been doing. I don't got no personal problem with the guy. Ain't no personal beef. You know, I don't want to fight the guy. I don't try to solve my stuff with violence, man. We just sitting here debating. You know, we having a conversation, we have a conversation. If it gets to another level, then it is what it is. But that's my last result. I don't ever try to approach somebody on some, you know, I want to put hands on you stuff. Nah, that's not how I get down, you know. He probably would, man. Probably would. The guy from State Farm, I met him in Santa Monica. Dog, man, you got to come out here to Los Angeles. You can see celebrities all the time. You know, they're all here, man. This is where the stars are at, Los Angeles. You know, you can't even walk outside sometimes because they block off neighborhoods because they're filming. You know how many times my apartment building had a sign that says they're going to film here? It was only just a couple days ago they was filming a TV show right up the block. Security, everybody got the whole block off because they filming a movie. You know, the show LA's Finest with Gabrielle Union and Jessica Alba. That's filmed right 2 blocks down from where I live. You know, yeah, you know it, Trunk. No security, baby. They always filming stuff here. That's the problem with Los Angeles. If you're trying to go somewhere, sometimes the block is blocked off. You got to go the long way. That make you late to work because they filming the movie. They film movies in downtown LA. Some of those movies you see on TV, half of them are filmed in Los Angeles. If it's not filmed in New York, they're filmed in Los Angeles. Dog, I met Stan Lee, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, all of them dudes. I met them on a red carpet in Hollywood. I got off from work. Boom. I heard that they was going to this was during the Avengers Civil War. They was doing the red carpet premiere down in Hollywood. I said, boom, I'm 10 minutes away. I hop up on the train. I went up there. They were all out there. Everybody getting autographs, the whole nine, you know? I just went to Stan Lee, show him some appreciation, be like, yo, I'm a fan of your work. And that was it. Kept it moving. But the longer I stayed there, the more celebrities kept coming out. You know, the dude from Deadpool, the villain from the first Deadpool movie. I don't know his name, but he was there. Who else was there? Robert Downey Jr. was there. Don Cheeto was there. That's how I didn't like him no more because I felt like he was an asshole. I tried to show him some respect, and you know he was disrespectful to him. Some of these celebrities are assholes, man. You meet these guys in real life, trust me, you won't be a fan of them no more. No, I didn't met not the main guy from Deadpool. It's the villain dude. Man, what the hell was his name? From the first Deadpool, the main villain guy that he had like, I don't know if he had superpowers or whatever, generation powers or something. Like he could get stabbed and he don't feel the pain, something like that. That dude was there at the red carpet release. But Don Cheeto, that dude was an asshole. I met him back in 2015. Oh man, J-Lo and Leah Remy, man, they real ones, man. They from New York. I never ran into them though. I never met Leah Remy or Jennifer Lopez. There are some people I haven't met, but I met a couple. I ran into a share full of celebrities. Sometimes it's just by accident because you're in Hollywood or you just around the block. If you're outside, you're going to run into these people. You can't be from Los Angeles and not run into celebrities. They're everywhere. This is why people come here a lot, because they want to get in the entertainment business. It's an easy access to do it. You just run into people. If you got game and you could pitch your game, So I ran into YouTubers here too. Other famous YouTubers I ran into here too. Venice Beach. You see celebrities in Venice Beach. I need to check 6ix9ine. Yeah, man. Los Angeles is expensive. It's expensive for a reason, because all the celebrities are here. That's why. You're paying for the name. Who doesn't? Who doesn't pay high rent for LA apartments? That's a common thing, man. If you ain't got a career job, or you ain't making something, you just starting out, LA ain't for you, man. LA ain't the type that you want to be on the come up with. You're gonna find yourself living in Compton or something. I can't say I am a fan of him, G Money. I'm not too sure. I don't even know who that is, really. You want to find a decent place on Skid Row? That's a place you don't ever want to go to. That place is like homeless century. Okay, zombies everywhere, man. And them dudes you see guys walking around Skid Row naked. Zombies like this. I mean, like, these dudes are really scrunged out on drugs. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad to see people living like that. It's like zombie apocalypse over there. I went there one time because I was on the bus. I fell asleep and a bus took me to Skid Row, and the dude was like, "Wake up, wake up!" And I woke up. I'm in zombie land. I mean, I thought like bombs was gonna hit, and I was gonna get bit by zombies or something, man. I was out there for no long. I stood out there in Skid Row for about 5 minutes. I kid you not, about 2 minutes of these guys seeing me on the street. Some guys approach me like, "Yo, you got this? You got this drug? You got that drug?" They was asking me about some drugs I never even heard of. Telling you, man. Pimps was running up on me. Everybody was running up on me. I was like, nah, I'm cool. I had to brush them off a little bit. And I was iced out a little bit, had more than this on, but I had protection on me though. I mean, Drake is all right. He's like an R&B artist to me more though. He's okay. That sounds like the Greek freak. Yo, that was a weird experience, man. This is coming from a guy that comes from the trenches. I come from the hood, and I never seen a neighborhood like that. I never seen a neighborhood that dirty and run down. The hood seemed like paradise compared to Skid Row. If you from the projects, that seemed like heaven compared to Skid Row. Just from the looks alone, the environment alone. It's just sad, man. It's heartbreaking. Tents everywhere. Neighborhood smelling like God knows what. No, I don't take a video of it because dudes run up on you. They got homeless gangs out there. If they see you filming their lifestyle, they run up on you. They be like, yo, take that off. Don't record us, man. Don't record us lifestyle out here. They get at you. They get at you, man. Real talk. They get at you on homeless. If you ain't got your piece on you and you ain't got nothing on you, don't go to Skid Row without them things on you. He said Kuzma about to beat this along with Andre Drummond. That's one place you won't find celebrities at. Okay, you go. You spend all your time in Skid Row. You ain't gonna see no celebrities there. I tell you that much. But I mean, it's apples and oranges compared to like Santa Monica, Hollywood. Apples and oranges, man. Worlds apart. And they don't glorify Skid Row on TV, so you won't know it exists until you come to LA. You gotta come to LA to know about Skid Row. Because LA is always advertised as palm trees, beautiful beaches, rich people, money. For the most part, that is what LA is. LA is everything that you see on TV when you live in that lifestyle. And it's the entertainment capital of the world. It's where you find all these other people at, No. But the big dogs, I didn't meet LeBron yet. I never met LeBron in person yet. But I know some people that met LeBron in person. I know some people that met Kobe in person when he was alive. Dog, Floyd Mayweather. Here's a good story. A guy I worked with, his name was Alex. He went outside for a lunch break in downtown LA. And this is on 7th and Metro. Floyd Mayweather was right there with his team in 7th and Metro, and he met Floyd Mayweather. All it takes is just going outside. You don't know who you're going to run into sometimes because all these dudes just randomly pull up, Floyd is the GOAT at making money. He ain't the GOAT in the boxing ring for me, But the lady I know that met LeBron, she didn't even know about basketball. She didn't even know who LeBron James really was like that, But she came back showing us the picture of her with LeBron James. So she got to take a picture with LeBron James because she works for the Lakers, Staples Center. So if you just out and about here in Los Angeles, everybody knows somebody. Everybody knows somebody. You could just be, if you know this person knows that person, and everybody's connected to somebody that in the entertainment business some way, somehow. You just got to be out there on the block. If they're not, they're up and coming rap artists, up and coming producers, up and coming movie directors. Everybody here trying to be in the entertainment business. Nobody here is trying to be like a normal 9-to-5, so to speak. They're always on the low trying to be a rap artist or something else. Nah. I won't even pay that dude no attention, man. I'm good. I don't want to see no 6ix9ine. You live in the North Pole. So, I mean, you can run into these people, man. They're not hard to run into, So it ain't nothing for me to talk to celebrities if you live in LA. If I was just somewhere like Zach is from Maine. So Zach, if I was in like Maine, I would be running into nobody because who goes to Maine? Nah, I never seen Kawhi Leonard yet neither. As far as basketball players go, Steven Jackson, Nate Robinson. I think that's the only two basketball. Oh, and Ron Artest. That's the only ones I ran into. Ron Artest is local though. He from my block. So that's different. Yeah, I think that's wrapped up already though, right? Ain't Space Jam already wrapped up? I don't think I can run into him. I mean, it's only a matter of time before I run into LeBron because I'm frankly in the same spots that he go to, I ain't trying to be like upscale or nothing like that, but I don't really hang out in the hood in LA. Why would I come to LA to hang out in the hood if I'm from the hood in New York. It's a waste of my time. I know some brothers from the hood, but on a good day, I'm not going to go to Compton instead of going to like Santa Monica. I'd rather be in Santa Monica than Compton for obvious reasons. LeBron once spoke. You know, man, I'd be respectable if I ran into LeBron. I ain't got no problems against LeBron. I just call him out if I think he played like crap. That's all. I can't sit there and give him a pass if he played like crap. Exactly. I mean, I don't be in Compton anyway. I'm just making an example. I'm from the hood in New York. My thing is, why would I go to a hood in LA for? What's the point of moving to LA if you're gonna live in the hood? You might as well just stay where you at on the East Coast. You know, I don't even be in LA all the time. I mean, I'm about to dip off to the Philippines pretty soon. Calabasas is alright, but Calabasas is more residential. That's where the game live at. The game live in Calabasas. I mean, if it's a good movie, it's a good movie. No, but if I'm LeBron James, why did you want to make Space Jam, dog? You should have just made a different movie, like a new movie. You know what I'm saying? A new franchise, something like that. You know, you know. Some of these rap artists will go to the, or basketball players do go to the hood though. I tell you that much. They go to Roscoe's. They probably go to some places like that just to get in touch with reality sometimes. Especially some of these basketball players. Like, I won't be surprised you see Dame Dollar in the hood. Dame Dollar met my wife. Gave her the NBA basketball. I got the NBA basketball from the NBA 2K. You know, he's out there signing autographs and stuff. He hangs out with Bloods and Compton. No security. Yeah. Dame time. That's right, man. He may be a Laker this offseason, forming another big three super team. But nevertheless, y'all, I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. I'm out, man. Just wanted to chop it up and just tell you guys, don't be surprised if Dame Dollar is in purple and gold this next season. This is the Lakers after all. Lakers are a big franchise. If you think they don't go after stars, they always go after stars. And this offseason won't be any less, you know? Glitz and glamour LA, man. LA is a very prestigious team in NBA. They got to always be in the news, you know? So, Jason Kidd, Dame Dollar. Don't be surprised if you see them on the Lakers. And you heard it first from me. Prince Sports out. Peace. Man, how do you end this? See, these things, man. Oh, there we go.